Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Star Trek Deep Space Nine with episode 13 of season 2, Armageddon Game, which is a very cool sounding title, and then going into episode 14 of season 2, Whispers. Before that though, do you guys like the flowers that my girlfriend got me? I think they're so nice, aren't they? I just wanted to share them with you because it made me so happy this morning when she gave them to me. I'm really excited to begin into these two episodes. Season 2 has not disappointed me so far. Last time on DS9 we had both Rivals and the Alternate. Rivals being my least favorite episode of the season, but even then there were still some good moments in it, and the Alternate being a very interesting Odo episode. So I'm very excited to see what these two episodes have in store, especially Armageddon Game, because I don't know why, but that title is just so cool to me. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So we turn light, we said what color? It should be boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so the color today, it's not going to be yellow, even though it just randomly went to yellow. I think I'm going to make it red, and I don't know how noticeable it is because this red on this new bulb is very, like, muted, you know what I mean? Like, it's not very bright at all, so I'm hoping you can see that my lighting is red today because Armageddon Game screams red lighting for some reason, so I'm going red lighting even if it doesn't even work for both of these episodes. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon. I have uncut and early access reactions to all of my Star Trek DS9 content that comes out up to 3 weeks early, as well as exclusive Star Trek merch, live streams, movie polls, etc. Thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. By the way, you can also follow my Patreon for free. You don't get access to a lot of things, but you can see what is being uploaded. It's like you're doing like a little Twitter following or YouTube subscribing or something like that. So go check that out as well. I don't really know how the free feature works because they just unraveled it, but I think it would be interesting to try. Okay, let's dive into this thing. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Star Trek Season 2, Episode 13, Armageddon Game.
Chief O'Brien and I are on board a Talani cruiser, helping the Talani and the Kellerans.
Okay, that's a sick ship.
On charge.
Coming up to full power.
These species have like bedhead, you know what I mean?
Frequencies. Should be simple, but it's not.
Doctor, start the sequence or we will be...
Is this gonna be another Bashir O'Brien episode? Because this is gonna be amazing if it is. Oh, it's green now.
The genetic integrity of the sample is holding steady. I'm not reading any genetic disruption at all.
Okay, good job, Bashir.
Would somebody say something?
It worked, all right.
It worked, alright.
This have been destroyed.
No, I don't believe it.
Decision to bring in outside help. Obviously, it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, it was, especially Bashir and O'Brien. They're so epic.
Let's make certain all scientific data concerned with him is wiped out as well.
Okay, so no one can replicate that again.
It's been destroyed.
We will begin immediately.
Wow, that's a lot. Oh, wow, that's a lot. How much damage can these cause? Ready? Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Yeah, next time you guys sing it, you have to hold. You have to hold it for as long as you possibly can. I'll do it next time. I'll try and do that next time if I remember to do it next time.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. But the doctor here deserves the bulk of the credit.
Actually, it was a team effort.
O'Brien actually being nice to Bashir for once.
That's the spirit.
Then we'll expect you back day after tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't know. Something's gonna go wrong. Such a cool looking ship, is it not? I'd build a Lego set out of that or something.
I believe that you should have the honor, Doctor.
My pleasure.
So
I dare you to drop it.
I hope this will be a lasting peace.
Oh, what? Looks like some people still want the harvesters. Oh god. Yes! Part of me thought O'Brien was gonna let them kill Bashir because he hates Bashir so much. No! Oh! Okay, so a drop of the harvester or something fell on someone's arm. So what does that mean? Fell on O'Brien's arm, I think.
Let's go.
Oh my god, this is epic. Bashir and O'Brien episode of survival.
Just arrived on the station. They're asking to see you.
Are O'Brien and Dr. Bashir with them?
No.
My office will be right there.
Yes, sir.
I'll have to cancel that order.
I want to see what those crepes are. They made me hungry.
What happened?
Was it?
It was a terrible accident.
Accident.
A lethal pulse of radiation flooded the room, killing everyone.
That is not what happened, you liar.
They recorded the entire incident. We assumed you'd want to see for yourself.
No, there's obviously something at play here.
Without their help, we never could have destroyed the harvesters.
Please extend our sympathies to their families.
I'll do that.
Either they know something, like they know about the attack, or they actually don't know about the attack, but the attackers made them believe that there was an attack. But there's gunshots on people, so obviously it wasn't radiation.
Chief.
Oh, this is so sick.
Trapped. The Cardassians used to rig the supplies they left behind with pressure grenades.
Oh, genius.
Well, did you find anything?
Looks all right.
Good.
Oh god, I'd still be careful.
Yeah, Federation rations. I've had enough Talani food this past week to last me a lifetime.
Remind me to never eat Talani food.
Over all the harvesters for destruction.
Maybe they're convinced they can defeat the Talani with conventional weapons.
I suppose.
Interesting.
We have only one chance to survive this thing. And that's to stay alive long enough for Commander Sisko to find us.
Yeah, okay.
He still thinks we're celebrating on Talani Prime.
I said it was our only chance.
No, he actually thinks you're dead.
What have we here? Looks like some kind of comm system.
Oh, sick.
Why don't you take a seat, Doctor?
Well, I thought maybe I could help.
No.
Extension courses.
They were actually quite...
Julian,
Oh.
you really want to help me?
Yes.
Then let me do my job.
Yeah, Brian works alone.
Fine. Why don't you do that?
I feel like O'Brien's warming up to Bashir, though. I really love that the show puts these two together a lot, because I actually do think their chemistry together as actors is really good.
Certain that all records of their existence are wiped out.
I've purged every file in the Talani and Kelleran data.
What is it, Odo? Do you see something?
Hold on, what's this? Chief, I don't know.
No, this is fake. Sisko talked to them after this.
It's not responding.
It must have been buried very deep in the system.
I'd like to talk to the chief of security for that ship.
So would I.
Okay, let's go.
Ryan and Bashir's safety, they should have known about that device and deactivated it.
That'll do, Major.
No, I want Kira to get mad.
Inform Starfleet of the accident. Tell them we'll need a new medical officer and a new chief of op.
No, look how sad everyone is.
I know the next few days are going to be hard, but we all have jobs to do.
Oh my god, I have chills.
Dismissed.
I actually have chills. I feel like they've actually died, you know what I mean? I love how affected everyone is, though. It really shows how much they care about everyone. They're family.
You know, I was looking forward to the celebrations on Talani Prime. I don't know if you noticed, but Talani women are quite attractive.
Oh my god, Bashir.
A good meal.
Women. That's all you think about.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it's like 80%.
One of these days you'll fall in love with one.
I did.
Aww. Is it Dax?
There's enough to worry about without worrying about the wife and kids at home worrying about us.
Oh wow, this is going to be a very heartfelt conversation.
Well, you career officers don't know what you're missing.
Really? That may be so. I just look at you and Mrs. O'Brien and I...
And you what?
What? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
No, say it, Bashir.
It hasn't been conducive to your marriage.
Say that again?
Oof, god. You're stepping on thin ice here, buddy. Oh my god, O'Brien, it's the thing that hit his arm, right? It's the weapon.
Aren't you?
No, actually, it's quite warm in here. You're looking a little pale.
Oh, okay, yes, use your doctor skills.
Roll up your sleeve.
Why?
Do it. Please.
Oh, wow.
You have something to tell me, Doctor.
It hit your arm. Oh my god, that whole conversation was so top tier though. The way there was no music, just the sound of the wind in the background. It felt very heartfelt at times. Oh, and I'm not excited to see Keiko hear this news. I know O'Brien's alive, but when Cisco says it, it's gonna feel like he's dead.
Something's happened to Miles.
There was an accident. Both your husband and Dr. Bashir were involved.
They're dead.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Thank you, Commander. I would like to be alone now.
If there's any,
Yeah, so fair.
just let me know.
Bro, why am I having chills and why are my eyes tearing up? I know he's flipping alive.
Just for a minute.
I think I'll just sit down for a minute and goes to sleep.
Yeah, I see it.
You have to lock the base of the coil.
Oh, he's not doing very well.
You know, I just remembered I still have Julian's medical school diaries.
Oh, do you?
And did you understand him better? I never got around to reading them.
Oh, man.
I suppose I should send them to his parents. You could keep them.
Yeah, he gave them to you, didn't he?
I cared about him too.
Wow.
These are on the house.
Oh, wow. That's the biggest offer.
I thought we'd have a toast to the memory of Chief O'Brien.
That's very thoughtful.
I can be thoughtful.
Yeah, Quark has a human side.
We may have had our differences, but I'll say this for them, and it's the highest tribute I can think. They were good customers.
They were good customers.
I'm reminded of the 57th rule of acquisition. Good customers are as rare as latinum.
Aww.
Treasure them.
Aww. That's actually the highest honor. Guys, I have had chills like half of this episode. Whenever we're on the station, I have chills.
Oh, sorry, we all are. Thank you.
No, she found something. She found like a discrepancy.
Miles never drinks coffee late in the afternoon. It keeps him up all night.
Maybe he made an exception this time.
No, he wouldn't.
From Tulani 3.
Tomorrow.
I don't see any reason to wait, do you?
I'll leave right away.
Okay, let's go. Dude, Keiko is a detective. I guess you can't really do anything for O'Brien, can you?
Don't leave me, Chief. I still need you.
Stay awake.
Who?
Not quite close.
Yeah, I want to know. Oh.
Palisse Delon.
I
She
thought it
was
was
a
gonna be
dancer,
Dax.
ballerina.
Perlise, though. That's a cool name.
Anyone could be so graceful.
She was crazy about you.
We were crazy about each other.
Aww.
We used to finish each other's thoughts. There.
But then what happened to her?
Looks like we have some power anyway.
Oh, we've got life!
So what happened? With you and police?
Yes, good question.
Her father was the top administrator at a medical complex in Paris. Promised I'd be chief of surgery within 5 years.
But you would have to give up your Starfleet career.
Oh.
Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I think to myself, will I ever find anyone that wonderful again?
You will, Bashir. You will.
The oscillator's working, but the frequency is still fluctuating.
And you're living your dream, so it's good.
What? My legs. I can't feel them.
Oh no.
Commander Cisco, what a pleasant surprise. I take it you're here for your runabout.
You're a liar and a scoundrel.
Still pretty weak, though. I'm sending a distress signal. It's set to repeat every 2 minutes. Let's hope the Tulani find us before the Kellerans do.
Yeah, so fair.
You must tell Keiko and Molly.
You tell them yourself.
You were wrong, you know, about marriage. Listen to me, Julian. You're the one who's always talking about adventure.
Marriage is an adventure.
Marriage is the greatest adventure of them all.
Aww.
I know Keiko's been unhappy about us coming to the station. We still argue about it. But that's all right.
Dude, this shot, the slow zoom in.
We both know we love each other.
Chief.
Oh, that's all that matters.
The Tulani will be here soon.
I need more Bashir O'Brien episodes and interactions, please.
And I suppose he showed it to you as soon as you arrived.
Of course.
Could the clip have been altered before you saw it?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll be here a few more minutes.
Commander, the Tulani and the Kelleran have finally made peace.
No, they haven't.
And you're saying somebody erased it later on?
Look at the time index when the call for transport came in.
Dude, everyone's a detective on this show.
Julian made that request.
They would have been alive after the fail-safe device went off. Good work.
Which means that's not what happened.
Ever talk to that ballerina of yours?
Not since I left Earth.
You should talk to her again. Send her a letter.
Maybe you should.
Well, maybe one day I will.
Oh, someone's outside. Who is this?
Ambassador Tishra, am I glad to see you?
No.
Not all of them.
You're too late, Sharat.
No, Doctor, he's right on time.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
It's not enough to simply destroy the harvesters. We have to be sure no one can ever recreate them.
So you're destroying all the scientists.
Such knowledge, including the two of you.
No way.
As long as the knowledge exists, there's a danger it may be used.
No way. No, this is unbelievable. Are you serious? What?
I want to die at my feet.
Yeah, O'Brien.
It's been an honor
Aww.
serving with you.
Aww.
Oh, thank you, Chief.
And playing space squash with ya.
That means a lot.
Oh my god. Oh my god, yes.
Commander, am I glad to see you?
Guys, get him out. Get him out of there. Go, 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 go.
Failing us.
Ignore them. Send a general distress signal on all Federation subspace frequencies.
Oh, this is so awesome.
All short-range sensors are useless.
Which means theirs are useless too.
Okay, Cisco. Cisco's playing 5D chess.
He would.
By firing on this vessel, you've committed an act of war against the Federation.
Really?
Intentions are irrelevant. The fact is, the threat remains as long as the knowledge exists.
Guys, someone could just make one again.
To order the deaths of our own people, but it is necessary.
And if I
The deaths of your top scientists, too.
Dax and I have no knowledge of the harvesters, are you willing to kill us too?
We'll do whatever we have to do.
Bro, if you kill Cisco and Dax, that's actually war against the Federation.
He's aiming his vessel straight for us.
Oh, here we go.
Fire phasers.
Are there two runabouts?
It's over.
That's not their runabout. It must be. This was like a distraction.
Ambassador, sensors indicate the other runabout is no longer in orbit.
Yes!
Runabout we destroyed.
They could have transported to the other runabout while our sensors were down.
Oh my god, yes!
But we saw them die.
Did we?
You just saw a runabout explode.
How much I appreciated what you said back on Talani 3.
What did I say?
That it was an honor serving with me.
He's like, I didn't mean that.
It's been an honor serving with you too, Chief. You know, Mrs. O'Brien,
I love these two together.
death together. It creates a bond that cannot be broken. I never believed that until I...
Julian.
Oh.
He's like, that's enough Julian for today.
So what was it like spending all that time alone with him?
It was hell.
No, it wasn't. Come on.
Miles, you never drink coffee in the afternoon.
Well, sure I do.
You do?
Oh my god, what? What? Yeah, her hunch was correct, but her information was wrong. Wait, that's so funny. When does he drink coffee in the afternoon then? Does he like secretly sip it when Keiko's not around, or is she not even around when he drinks it? I want more on this now. I want more of this. This was an amazing episode. This is one of my favorites of the season, I have to say. Oh, there was just so much heart. The Julian Bashir stuff, the Julian O'Brien stuff was amazing. Oh man, this was good. This was a good one. And that was my reaction to Season 2, Episode 13 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Armageddon Game. And I have to say, that was honestly one of my favorite episodes of the season so far. There have been a bunch of great episodes in Season 2, and this one I think is one that not tops the list, but is close to the top of the list, because I don't know why, but I loved this episode. There was so much heart to this episode. It had such a cool premise. I love Bashir and O'Brien together as characters, and as actors I think they work really well as well, because their characters are so kind of fundamentally different from each other, and they're so at odds with each other. Well, O'Brien's at odds with Bashir, but Bashir really likes O'Brien. I think that's really funny, but just them together is one of my favorite duos of the entire show, and so seeing them together for an entire episode was so much fun. But seeing how they were together, like why they were together, and the conversations they had in this episode was both so interesting and so touching. This episode, I would say, was very touching because yes, O'Brien and Bashir were fighting for their lives. O'Brien a lot more so than Bashir, I have to say. He was infected by the Harvesters, let me tell you. But just their conversations that they had on that planet, the Talani planet, I'm pretty sure, was so, I don't know, there was just so much heart in the conversations, talking about marriage and relationships and finding the one. You know what I mean? O'Brien talking about marriage, and he's saying it's the best adventure there is, you know, that even though him and Keiko have their quarrels from time to time, in the end, they still love each other, and if they know that, then that's all that matters, you know what I mean? Bashir talking about that girl, that dancer that he fell in love with, and they would finish each other's thoughts, but he had to go because his dream was to work for Starfleet. He almost stayed on Earth, I'm pretty sure, and became like a head surgeon or something like that, and that would have meant he got to stay with her, but he decided to sacrifice his love in order to do the career that he wanted to do. And just like hearing them kind of open up about it, I honestly feel like at the end, I know they were about to die, but I honestly feel at the end of the episode when O'Brien was like, it was an honor to be working with you, I feel like at least 50% of that sentence was genuine. Like, I know it was like, and he thought he was going to die, and so maybe he's being a little bit disingenuine, like he's just trying to be like, oh my god, we're gonna die, okay, well, it was an honor working with you. But I do think that O'Brien, no matter how many times he tries to dismiss Bashir, especially in front of Keiko, no matter how many times he goes, oh, you know, he just never stops talking, you know, being with him for that extended period of time was hell, you know what I mean? I think that there is a part of him that genuinely appreciates Bashir, and especially after this episode, I think their relationship will only get better because I think Bashir did a lot to change O'Brien's mind in this episode. And honestly, yeah, that was one of the reasons why I liked this episode so much, and probably the main reason was just the Bashir O'Brien stuff in this was so well done. The quietness of the situation, there's like no music at all overlaying them, it's just the two of them talking with like the wind in the background. We have these beautiful long still shots, for example, where Bashir's just doing something, O'Brien's talking, and the camera just slowly zooms in to them, you know what I mean? And it just lets you be with them in the scene, it lets you take in the scene, and that happens for most of their conversations. It was just really well filmed, really well written, and the actors did a really good job of playing their characters and having just really good chemistry with each other. That's again why I like Bashir and O'Brien together so much, because there's such good chemistry. Besides that though, seeing everyone contemplate the deaths of O'Brien and Bashir on the station was really beautiful as well. It really accentuated, is that a word? Accentuated how much of a family everyone is on DS9. Like, yes, they are friends, but I think that they are also family, and this episode really nailed that into the coffin. Or not nailed that into the coffin, that's probably a bad way to say it, but it really nailed that to the wall for me, that they are family, because everyone reacted so brutally, you know what I mean? Like, everyone was so upset and distraught and just so sad overall that these people had died, and especially Dax, Kira, Quark with that speech about being a good customer and stuff like that. Like, it was very, very touching to watch, and yeah, it really hit home that these people are family to each other. Besides that as well, the plot with the two alien species I thought was interesting. I didn't expect them to be working together to kill all the scientists. That was a plot twist. I thought one of them was going to be good, that the Talani were going to be good, and then the other people who started with a K were going to be bad, but it turns out they were all good. Like, the treaty still stood, they just were killing the scientists so that the harvesters couldn't get out into the world. But I mean, someone could just try and make them again one day. I don't really see the issue. I think they have an issue with their logic there. But yeah, overall, I really loved this episode. I actually really loved this episode. And now let's get into episode 14 of season 2 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Whispers. I hope you enjoy.
Open a new file, computer. O'Brien, personal log, stardate 474.
O'Brien, personal log.
I've got to try to set the record straight about the last 52 hours.
What happened?
I don't know who's going to hear this, I don't even know if I'll be alive.
What?
If I'm right about this whole thing, they won't want me to warn the Paradas.
What's happening right now? Who are the Paradas?
And double strong, double sweet.
O'Brien never drinks coffee in the afternoon.
That's part of the puzzle I haven't figured out yet.
The Dominion, maybe. The Dominion, maybe. No.
Yeah. It had to be the first morning after I got back to the station.
Okay. Is this another O'Brien episode? I don't mind.
Had a lot of work to catch up on at school. Thought I'd get an early start.
At 5:30 in the morning?
That seemed like a liar.
Did you have sweet dreams, darling?
Go away.
Don't I get my morning kiss?
No.
Oh, what's up?
She doesn't mean it.
Huh?
Don't let it bother you.
See, Keiko seems done with him too. What's up here?
Security measures they want in place for the peace talks. Odo would have had a field day. I wish he could have been there.
I better get going.
Why is everyone so cold to him?
At 5:30 in the morning?
I want to do it while her mind is fresh.
If you say so.
See you later.
What's up? What is happening? Wait, I'm so confused. This episode has started so vague. It's like he got back from a trip and things were going wrong, and who is they that is after him?
What's this?
Just getting a head start, Chief.
Head start.
Why is everyone getting a head start?
Commander Sisko didn't feel we should wait for Odo.
Sisko gave you permission to start this without asking me first?
Yeah.
I'll check with him, all right.
Mr. O'Brien.
Carry on.
Yeah, weird, because he's chief engineer, right? What's happening? Keiko talking to Sisko. This is a really weird start to the episode. What is this? What is this episode? Okay, guys, hold it for as long as you can. Star Trek Deep Space Nine! Oh, probably could have held it for longer, but then I probably would have passed out onto the floor.
I figured as much. They'll wait for me to drop out of warp and then... Well, we'll have
And
to
then
cross
what?
that bridge when we come to...
They're gonna fire on you, Starfleet.
So it was all a little curious. But who could have guessed at that time? I mean...
Why is he talking like he's in a 18th century mystery novel?
It says he's unavailable for a physical.
Make yourself available, Chief.
Oh my days.
Ensign DeCurtis mentioned to...
The baseball!
But I suppose we would be too if we'd been engaged in a civil war for 12 years.
Makes sense.
Sir?
You know, the kinds of things we don't include in reports, but might help me in these talks.
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
It changes with their moods. When they're upset, it can get pretty strong, actually.
Well, I'll try not to get them upset.
Yeah.
But the upfront work can be done by the engineering crews. I have bigger problems for you.
Interesting.
We had to tow an Ebolian freighter to a lower dock this morning.
Well, it can't be anything that serious. I rebuilt...
I bet it's gonna be something serious.
Is there anything wrong?
Oh, Jake is having some problems with his grades.
I mean, that could make sense, but I don't believe it.
Sorry, I know how you feel about doctors.
It's not doctors I have a problem with. It's you,
Julian.
See what I'm saying? These two together are amazing.
Don't have a sense of humor.
Cough!
Eh.
Everything all right in that department?
Yeah, why can't he cough?
Mother and father in good health?
Oh, come on, Julian, you knew
Okay, I thought he was asking about the cough, but he was asking about something else.
Me blathering on about this woman I've never met before? Of course.
He doesn't remember.
I just have 1 or 2 more tests to run.
This is insane.
Why are they keeping him here?
Look, unless I'm dying or something, I think it's about time...
Wait. Wait!
I'm giving you a clean bill of health. You can get dressed.
Wait. No, wait. No, something is wrong.
Besides, it's a chance to help get those grades of yours back up, right?
Oh, my grades are great. Just want to keep...
Wow, Cisco lied. I knew it. Cisco lied. You know this episode, like something weird is happening because you didn't see Frank on the promenade right there.
How this was going to keep me occupied while the security arrangements for the paradas were underway.
Why don't they want him to do that?
The security seal was activated the minute we left. Only Major Kira has the access codes.
Interesting.
I'd like the access codes to the Parada quarters.
Sorry, can't do that.
That's your priority. Understood.
Yes.
This is so weird, don't you think? Everyone's like side-eyeing O'Brien, but why?
I found the design in a really old data file in the library program.
Really, really old.
Oh, I didn't...
Okay.
When I was in the Gamma Quadrant last.
Jake, your father's been looking for you. I think he's back in your quarters.
No! Ask Jake, man.
Oh, under control, Major.
I want to know what's going on, guys. I want to know what's going on.
Jake's coming over in a little while. I promised to help him with his signs.
Commander Sisko just called. Jake can't make it tonight. He isn't feeling well.
What?
Where's Molly?
She's over at the Fredrickson spending the night.
Why?
So there's just the two of us then.
We better eat while the food's still warm.
Wait, why she's so cold? It's so weird. What is it?
I had a hard day too.
Okay.
It's like she doesn't even know who O'Brien is anymore.
Frickin' dough stew?
But you don't like frickin' dough stew.
You do.
What is it? Frickin' dough stew.
I just feel like having salad.
Not hungry?
I had a late lunch.
No, sorry. I'd be getting so mad at this point in time. What is it? What are these close-ups for? Don't eat it. It's poisonous. It's poisonous.
But you haven't eaten a bite.
Just don't seem to have an appetite right now.
Hold on. What's happening?
As I looked at her, was that this was not my Keiko.
What if this is like a hologram or something that he's in? You know that like episode of TNG where Riker is like in like that fake Enterprise that I watched? I reacted to that. It could be something like that.
You're right. She wasn't.
Wasn't really his station, I feel.
Display all arriving vessels from stardate 47550 through 47571. None from the Gamma Quadrant?
No ships arrived from the Gamma Quadrant within time parameters.
This is so weird. Everything seems normal.
With stardate 47550.
Identify which officers' logs are to be included.
Everyone.
All officers.
Oh, there we go. I'm basically O'Brien.
Ministers that I find absolutely ridiculous. They have actually requested that we begin to screen all arriving.
That sounds like a Kira log right there.
Would not violate the treaty.
Access denied.
Wow, that's an interesting one.
Station logs after stardate 47569.4 are...
Why?
Access denied.
What, is he level 100 now? This is almost like the Truman Show in a way, you know what I mean? Where everyone's like acting weird around him and trying to like keep him from doing stuff.
Security lockout. I wasn't fooled for a minute and released the protected files without any problem.
Interesting.
What I found in those hidden logs didn't answer all my questions, but it sure as hell confirmed what I've been afraid.
It got you on the right track.
Maybe they were afraid I'd get into their files, even with the security lockout. Smart people.
This is so interesting. Are they suspicious of O'Brien? They don't trust him? Why wouldn't you trust him?
I have to talk to you.
It's good to see you, too.
And Odo wasn't on the station, so he probably hasn't been kept up.
Just go and start asking questions about you.
Well, that's what I was afraid of.
Now, when are the Paradas due?
38 hours.
What if they're already here? Can they shapeshift?
If I can confirm your suspicions, we can go to Starfleet and the Bajoran authorities at the same time.
Thank you, Odo. Thank you.
Whatever might happen next, I still had a few tricks up my sleeve.
At the start of this episode, he's on a runabout, which means he has to leave the station at some point.
Getting enough sleep.
What are you talking about, Quark?
Racquetball. The rematch with Bashir next week. We never.
There's a rematch? They brought that up? That's so awesome. I want to see. They never finished it. That's why we never got to see the end of it. I was complaining about not seeing the end of the match.
Oh, one of the high numbers. 194, I think.
194.
Out of system. Could those messages have been from the rebels?
As a matter of fact, they were.
But that's...
Oh, interesting.
What are you talking about? We've got more than enough...
Wait. Wait!
Ridiculous. I'm just trying.
No, they did. They got to you.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Here, this will help you relax.
Okay, O'Brien, okay. Ah, he's a Terminator.
Unable to complete request. Please contact station commander for assistance.
What if O'Brien isn't O'Brien? Everyone else is who they are, but O'Brien isn't O'Brien. He's like an infiltration clone or something. I don't know.
Your dad, the others. Something's happened to them. You and I are the only ones who can help.
No.
Security. He's here. Level H2, section 5.
Oh, Jake. Get in a runabout. There we go, and he's on the runabout. Now warp right now while you're on the station.
You'll find that the mooring clamps are already unlocked, and your tractor beams are offline.
Okay, O'Brien. See, he has all of O'Brien's logic, he has O'Brien's wit. Like, it's O'Brien, but is it O'Brien?
Transfer complete.
Shield status.
Shields at 93%.
Okay, there we go.
Parade and peace talks.
Listen to me very carefully. Return to DS9 immediately.
Oh my god, even she's on it.
And go back. You will not be harmed.
Oh my days.
Things started to infiltrate all of Starfleet. Computer.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's O'Brien. Sick. We haven't seen the inside of the wormhole in a while. Oh, that's cool.
Come on, I'm waiting for you.
Why, what's about to happen? What's he doing?
Probable destination?
Parada 2.
Parada 2.
Why Parada 2?
They beamed to the surface?
Confirmed.
How many people?
3 people.
Anyone left on board?
Negative.
What? Wait, I'm so confused. What's happening?
Do it!
Okay, now is the time to stop being cryptic.
Listen to him. He's not your enemy. We're not your enemy.
No?
Please. This will explain.
You kind of made him your enemy, though. Oh my god. Oh, this machine. Oh, there's O'Brien. Wait, what's this O'Brien? I knew this wasn't the real O'Brien.
Apparently, he thought he was you.
No doubt they thought that would make him more convincing.
Is it a clone?
Peace talks. The government scientists have learned how to do remarkable things.
Oh my god, so he was an assassin.
We've had people looking for you ever since.
There was no way to prove he wasn't you. He passed a physical exam with flying colors.
Yeah, there we go.
While they were searching for you, you must have wondered what the hell was going on with all of us.
Yeah.
Maybe in a strange sort of way, he was trying to be a hero.
Yeah, he was. He was trying to be a hero.
Keiko.
Aww.
Tell her I love.
It was him. It was like O'Brien too. Ah! We're gonna end the episode like that? Are you serious? Just so much you could talk about with just that ending alone. Ah, that was a good episode. That was so much fun. That was so good. Ah, I love the plot. I love the way it's making you think that everything's wrong with DS9, but it's actually O'Brien, which I'm pretty sure I guessed. So cool. And that was my reaction to episode 14 of season 2 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine Whispers, and the halfway point of the show. These two episodes, episode 13 and 14, are the halfway point, not the halfway point of the show, but the halfway point of the season. It's a 26 episode season, so yeah, episode 13 and 14 would be the halfway points. This is the halfway point of season 2 video, and that's very exciting for me because we got half of a season left, and I'm very excited for the next half of season 2. I've heard that there are some really good episodes in the back half of season 2, but also it makes me sad because we are already halfway through season 2. It's felt like it's flown by. Like, I feel like I just the other day watched that 3-parter that opens up season 2, and now here I am halfway through the season, and then soon I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be watching the finale of the show. You know what I mean? Like, that's how fast it's going to feel. But this episode was also really good. 2 amazing episodes today for the video. Armageddon Game was absolutely amazing, probably one of my favorite episodes of the season so far, and Whispers, honestly, really good as well. I don't think it was better than Armageddon Game for me, but I still loved it. It was so entertaining. The mystery around it, the reveal around it, the implications at the end, the talks and conversations you could have about replicants with the ending of this episode alone was super interesting. But first I have to say, does this mean that peace talks are off? Because I'm pretty sure the peace talks were surrounding the Paradas, and one of them around the government, and then one of them around the rebels, right? And those 2 factions were kind of coming together for peace talks. But if the government of the Paradas made a replica of O'Brien to assassinate the rebel leaders during the peace talks, I'm assuming that means that peace talks are off the table. I'm assuming that means that the government doesn't want to have peace talks with the rebel leaders, and so I'm assuming this war, this civil war, is going to continue. Although I do think the rebels now, I'm on the rebel side of this, because the rebels rescued O'Brien. The rebels aren't resorting to assassinating people at the peace talks. They probably actually wanted peace. So go rebels go is all I'm saying. But yeah, the mystery I thought was so well done, because up until a certain point, the show really makes you think that there's something wrong with the station. Like, everyone is just acting so weird, so suspicious. Everyone is giving O'Brien a side eye, and you can't quite understand why, because you don't really have the context to understand why. You're kind of placed into O'Brien's shoes, where you know as little to as much as he knows. And that makes it really awesome for the audience to unravel this mystery, because you're unraveling it with O'Brien. Of course, you can make guesses and stuff like that. I guessed that the issue was not the station, but that it was actually O'Brien. I think I even said clone at one point, but I didn't believe myself when I said clone, because I wasn't sure like how much clones existed in the Star Trek universe. I guess replicas do exist of people. I'm not sure why they're not used more often. I feel like that would be very beneficial for a lot of parties out there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I just wasn't sure on cloning technology or replica technology, how big it was in the Star Trek universe, or how useful it was in the Star Trek universe, at least up to this point in time. So I was kind of like second guessing myself on the cloning aspect, but I did think there was something wrong with O'Brien, and I'm glad I said it out loud, because that was the case. But just, I loved the way that we were just with O'Brien, and everyone seemed weird when they were in on it. You know what I mean? Like, Jake wasn't weird to O'Brien because Jake didn't know about it. Odo wasn't weird to O'Brien because Odo didn't know about it. But when they learned, they started to act weird, because they learned that they shouldn't trust him. They learned that he was most likely a replica. And it was so interesting to see, because I thought it was so well done how layered everything was, how more suspicious people came as time went on, because they were looking for O'Brien and then looking for O'Brien, and then they found O'Brien when Odo invites the fake O'Brien to his office, and then they and then like Cisco and everyone confronts him with the phasers and stuff like that. I thought it was really well done for the mystery aspect of it and the suspicious aspect of it, because again, some people don't know, and then they start to know, and then they do learn and stuff like that. So really interesting stuff. And also, it was just awesome to see the rest of DS9 act super suspicious around O'Brien, just like the way that they were keeping secrets to themselves, the way that they were acting very nice, but there was like this subtle like get away from me type deal happening with them as well. I thought that was really interesting and really fun. And yeah, overall, I had a great time with Whispers and a really great time with Armageddon Game. 2 more amazing episodes, singular episodes of DS9. And also in Whispers, they brought back something from Rivals, my least favorite episode of this season, but it had some of my favorite moments with Bashir and O'Brien playing like space squash together, and then flipping Quark and Whispers in the episode that I just watched that I'm reviewing right now, brought that back, and he was like, yeah, you guys have your rematch because the game never ended. I'm so fun how they just bring back little things from other episodes in conversation like that. That's just so cool. Anyways, and I don't know, that just made me happy. Anyways, that's going to be the end of my review for this video and for Whispers. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I am so hyped with Star Trek right now. These 2 episodes were so amazing. I had so much fun with them, and so I'm so excited to get to episode 15 and 16, Paradise and Shadowplay, with you guys next week. Remember, if you would like to check out my videos right now on Patreon, you can head over there. I'm 3 weeks ahead on YouTube, so if you're watching this on YouTube right now, I've already watched episode 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, which means I will be finishing, or at least you will be able to watch my reaction to the Maquis Part 1, the Maquis Part 1 on Patreon right now. I've heard that's a great 2-parter. And yeah, besides that, if you don't want to do that, or if you would like to just sit and wait on YouTube, then that's perfectly fine. I'll see you next week for episode 15 and 16 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Have a good week, everyone, and I'll see you next time for my next Star Trek Deep Space Nine reaction.